Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the beginning part of the video where we just make sure everything is working properly, hopefully. It looks like we've got our playback, fantastic, and we've got our chat up. Excellent. Hi, I'm Chris, and this is my game Realm of the Empress. It's a single-player fantasy adventure board game where you explore a large open area, in this case Port Ovis, do quests, learn and upgrade a variety of skills, and buy different weapons and armour and upgrade those to progress your character. There's also a main story that takes place in your dreams and should hopefully act as a hook to keep you wanting to play more and to find out what happens. There's also... Wait, it's a debit. I'm streaming Monday to... Yeah, I've gone blank. In this video series, I'm going to be doing a full playthrough of the whole game. Each video should be about an hour long, and the last playthrough I did was about 60 hours, so should be quite a long series. I'm streaming Monday to Thursday at 7 PM UK time every week for the next couple of months. So please feel free to leave a comment on any of the videos, or if you catch a live stream, write something in the chat, as any and all feedback is more than welcome and kind of the reason why I'm doing this. So if you want to know how to start the game, start with the first video in the series, or check out the tutorial videos that are also on the channel. I'm not going to bother doing a recap anymore. So yeah, we've got a few quests left over to do, 6 left to do in our tracker here. They're just little decks of cards that you work through, labelled A to Z, 1 to whatever, depending on how long they are. So you can take little pauses in between each card, basically, so you can go through them at your own pace. We've got where we left off yesterday, last stream. We're currently at night, exploring around at night. We just fought a Nightstalker. We got some maggots from that. I think we're going to do another one. Try to get another combat on our way back to the inn. We are now renting out a room. Here's our player map. We've got our equipment here. We've got iron daggers, and we are doing a leather armor build. So we need to upgrade that really. We get a satchel at the beginning of the game, so we've got 35 spaces. We were pretty full. That's why we've got the inventory now. We've got all this space. You can stack up to 5 items of the same thing. So that's made it a lot easier for us to put some items in our satchel. Items in your pouch are the only things you can access during combat, so that's where you want your food, which is the main thing that restores health. We've got a space for your quest items and your dream deck. We're on dream 6 at the moment, out of 10 I believe. You go through, so like I said at the beginning, that's kind of the main story that's supposed to sort of keep you going, but isn't the sort of focus of the game in a way. It's more about building up your character and going on a little adventure and finding out what all the quests are and little stories going on. We haven't unlocked the skiff storage. I don't think we're going to do that actually. We'll see how we get on. It's not the most important thing right now. We've got weather. It's raining at the moment. Tonight still. Rain continues. The weather continues during the night as well. And then you roll for a new weather for the next day and night. So rain means that no animals will be out in the woods, which isn't so good for us, seeing as we want to upgrade our boar leather armor to bear leather. We need to kill some boar to do that. So we've upgraded our hunting skill by doing some cooking. So, but we're also in the night now, so maybe hunting is the way to go forward to get the bear armor. I should just finish this so I don't have to keep holding it. This is a map from one of the very first quests of the whole area, so we've got a little special spot for that. Yeah, so we want to upgrade our bear leather armor into boar leather armor into bear leather armor, and then perhaps even get some wolf leather armor, which is the best in the game, leather armor in the game anyway at the moment. Our health is high enough to probably take on one bear. They got 40 health, we got about 50 if we get a sleep bonus, but the sleep bonus doesn't regenerate when you eat health potions, when you have potions or food. We haven't unlocked the potions yet either. As one of the changes I'm going to make to the quest that we did a few streams ago, we were going to get attacked by a wolf pack, but we ran away because they were too strong. I think I've got a couple of quests here that I would like one to be slightly less of a barrier to entry, so I think I'm going to turn that wolf pack into a bear. that you fight after instead of a wolf pack actually, because it's a bit high. Well, I don't know. When I was playing before using plate armor, you only need mining to upgrade to get a lot more health. So I think I managed to go through these a fair bit quicker because of that. So having leather armor, choosing that route to go, has definitely slowed down the pace of the game. The pace is quicker, even though it took 60 hours before when I was doing plate armor. It was just mining. So you just level up mining, and then you see how your luck goes, and you get gold to turn the ore into ingots, and then you upgrade it at the blacksmith. So this though is depending on animals, and if it's raining it's more difficult, and the hunting skill is a bit more complex than the mining one, so everything's taken a bit longer. We have upgraded a fair bit of skills. We've gone through most of the quests, so there's just a few left to go through, and yeah, I just think I might change this wolf pack into just a bear. It's still difficult to go, but it maybe not as difficult, I'm not sure. Anyway, we're working our way back to the inn because that's where we want to sleep tonight. We need at least 5 hours sleep to reset the nodes if we want to do that. We've got a node tracker here. We don't have too many nodes that we've used up. I guess it depends. I'm quite up for killing a couple of Nightstalkers. We've got 46 health. We only lost about 10 health on the last one, so we could do a couple more, get some maggots, do some sea fishing, and get some gold from that. But really, I think actually at the point here, the bottleneck that we're getting now is not getting the drops from the boars, because we haven't fought many boars. I guess we could have. Yeah, they've been doing quite a bit of damage actually. We haven't had much luck, I suppose, with that either. Anyway, we're going to carry on. We're on the night side of the map card, so that's what the day side looks like. I've got over 300 mini map cards. Top left corner is the number of the card. This is 115. And then north, east, south and west are numbers for the corresponding cards. And then you flip it over and we've got the night side. So it's a lot more difficult to see. It is night. And you can get a lantern which would help you, but we don't have one of those. So we're going to go east. Yeah, we're actually at the top on this hill, aren't we? We've got 66, that's right. And we've got our 12-sided die. And that's our player marker as well, and it keeps track of the time for us. So we want 66. We take from our map box, grouped into 50s. We take the whole group of 50 for 66 to then make our way along. So I'm just using the light side to find the right card, but you could flip them over and do exactly the same thing if you wanted to, but it doesn't really make too much difference. And let me flip it over. So I'm just going to put it over here. We're just going to go to the inn and then sleep, so it doesn't really matter what we do. We do have to roll an 8-sided die for every move, every step even, so just in case we get an encounter. We want Nightstalkers are on 8. 1 to 4 is nothing. 5 if you have a net, you can catch a kind of beetle. I've got quite a lot of different types of beetles that you can get. I just wanted to make it a bit more, a few more reasons to be out at night. Though the Nightstalkers, to get the maggots, is important. I added the beetles thing so you can just get a bit of gold whilst you're doing it as well. I don't know if it's good or bad yet. I need to get a net and then I can test that out, see how it feels to play. Right, yeah, 1 to 4 nothing. 5 is the beetle if you have a net. 6 and 7 is a found fire, which could be an ambush, a bandit ambush, or it could be a abandoned fire, an abandoned campsite where you can replenish your health. And 8 is a Nightstalker. That's a 2, so we're okay. So 67. So we've got a fair way to walk, but we should be alright. We want to get as much sleep as possible to get as much sleep bonus as possible as well. So I think we won't get the max sleep bonus because we're already like an hour into the night. So 5, we don't have a net, so that's okay. Yeah, you can get up to 10 plus 10 health for full 8 hours sleep. So 68. So it is worth it, I think, but it's not 100% necessary. But it's very useful to have, especially at the beginning. 10 health is a lot. Even us having like 44, I think, or 46. 46, I think, is our health from our species plus the defense we've got from our armor. And to get another 10 on top of that, even at 40 is pretty good. Feels good to get. because that means we would have an extra 10 over top of killing a bear. 7. That's found fire. So we've got made fires and found fires. If you make a fire, you can take a card and you get some charcoal, which isn't super interesting, but you can sell it for a bit of gold, and you can. It's also used for a quest that we did earlier on. It's an abandoned fire, so you can rest your full life, not including bonuses. It's a sleep bonus, really. You can cook if you have a pot, but we don't have a pot with us. It costs quite a bit. It takes up a lot of inventory space. So we can rest up to our full health, but I'm pretty sure we're basically at our full health, so it doesn't really matter. But at least we didn't get bandit camp, so that's I'm going to pick that, keep that there. So that's at least something. I think we're going to go across to the farm, then down. That's probably the quickest way to go. I think if we get one more Nightstalker, that would be quite useful. 69. Progress is shorter, that's a 4, so we're okay. Progress is slower at night, of course, but like I say, it's a one-player game, so 70. So it's a slow-paced game, I would say, actually, for the most part. So it's not. There are exciting moments, but the exploration is at your own pace. There are no time limits and things like that, because I don't really like those in games personally. So I didn't put it in my game. 2. We can keep going along. 71. That's the farm. You can't interact with any of the characters going in the buildings at night. Although I suppose it's a 3. There should be a way of lock picking houses. I haven't implemented that. I do have a lock picking skill for treasure chests. And I suppose that could work for the buildings. I could put on the. We do have a buildings deck. So for each map card has a building. It's on here. So I could have. That's not one. Managed to pick the one that isn't. Let's just go to the first one. So here's what our inside of a building looks like. But we could have on the other side a. I guess a lockpick level. Or perhaps say just a sneak. It would be your sneak level against the lockpick level, but that would still work, I suppose. 72. And then when you're inside, you could still move about. Maybe there'd be a mechanic where, because if they're most of the people sleep in their shops, it's small little towns, so they just sleep where they are. You know, so there might be a little mechanic of rolling your sneak against their sneak every time you move to see it's a 1 to see if you wake them up. That could be quite a fun thing to do. Is it fun? I don't know, but it's the mechanic that could be there anyway. We move a half hour on our time tracker. That's okay. We've got 7 hours left out of 8, so we should get a decent sleep bonus from it. 6 hours from it. 70. Let's go south. I think we can go south from there. 109. Pretty sure we can go south, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We want an 8. 1. So there is a mechanic where you can catch glow bugs, put them in a bottle, put 5 in a bottle, and it could be a lantern, but it can also be a way if you put it down on the map card to lure a Nightstalker to you. I could perhaps have it. You could roll a 4-sided die to see how many Nightstalkers. So there's a bit of a risk reward situation going, but I don't know, because otherwise you can go. You can just go back and forth. So I don't know if there's really much use to that. 8. Oh, there we go. We got an 8. Just on the one before the inn, so that's perfect timing. Right, so we put this away. We are going to. I don't think we need to roll on our sneak anymore because we've leveled up our stealth all the way up to the top to 5. So I think, if I remember correctly, the Nightstalkers. Sneak level is 3, so all we need is a 1 because we can add 3 to our roll. So we're guaranteed to always be able to sneak up on a Nightstalker, so that's good. We will, yeah, we're guaranteed because even a 1 it gives us a 3, so we don't need to do that. So we're going to have our sneak attack. Last time we didn't get any good cards, didn't get any attack cards, so it completely negated us having that sneak roll, which is unfortunate, but it's quite good because it doesn't guarantee a hit because it just depends on what card you get from your weapon deck. So normally the enemy would always go first. We kind of want to buy a bow. You can get a short bow in this game. I haven't really mentioned that much at all, I don't think, and that can give you roll a 20-sided die. No, you roll a die, maybe it is a 20-sided die, and it can do, yeah, it is, and it can do an extra hit before your sneak. So you could do 2 hits, I think, before turn 1 of combat even begins with it if you have a bow. And one of those can be a headshot, which, so the different hits you do with the bow will have different effects. This is the only thing that will do that. So you can have a headshot which instantly kills animals but does, you know, quite a big bit of damage to anything else. And then I think there was one where you get it in the leg perhaps, and they miss a turn, or they get them in the arm, they miss a turn, and they get them in the leg, and then I can't remember. I've got it written down in the rules, but yeah, we should. They're quite expensive because they have this bonus, right? So you only need to have it in your satchel. I was gonna have it. You need to have it equipped. It depends on what you want to do with the rules, really, because you could have it equipped, and then I guess you would still have time to change your weapons. But I don't really have weapons changing in the game at the moment because it's a bit annoying, I think, really. Right, we're drawing 4 for our hand at the beginning of the round, and we can use any of these for our sneak attack, and then draw up to 4 cards again. So that's good, but we still have to get through 3 rounds before we reshuffle any of the cards, so it's worth thinking about that. We do have a stab and a sneak attack and a crit, though. That is very good. So we can do 4, 6 times 2, 12 damage, and they've got 30. So we can almost get them down to half health, so I think we will do that anyway. So there's their 30, we've got 46. I think we will do it. It's not the best because the stab's only 2, but the crit, 12 damage is pretty good, and we've still got our dodge, and we'll pick up 3 more cards, whereas normally you can only pick up 1 card when you put down what are we calling that? Oh, it's annoying when words run away. Combination. When we do a combination with daggers, you can combine 3. With the short sword, 2, and a great sword you can't combine. Bow, can't remember what the bow is. We haven't used the bow, so I can't remember any of that. But you can only ever pick 1 back up, so it's a bit like you have to wait till you get a good hand to put down. This is our pretty good hand. We could have got 2 sneak attacks, and then that 16 would be our best, but 12's not bad. We'll do that. It's a good start anyway, but it means we have fewer cards, but it's okay. We're used to using it. So it's 12. We're doing 12 before turn 1 even happens. So from 30, that means they've got 18. Yeah, 18 plus 12 is 30. So that's good. Then we pick up 3, because you always start a round with 4 cards, and this is bad now because the 2 dodges are alright, but we've got a miss and a crit, so we don't have any more attacks, unfortunately. So we're going to see what they smooth this across a bit. We're going to see what they do, but we have done 12 damage, so that's okay. So now it's turn 1, round 1. They're grabbing us. You can't move for 1 turn. So you have to put a card down. If you have anything you can put down. So we do have a miss, so we're going to drop our miss. That's actually quite good. If we didn't have that, we would have to sort of waste our crit or our dodge. So it's good. Sometimes it's good to have a miss in your hand, and then we pick up 1. It's another miss. It's not that good to have misses in your hand. Scratch for 2. Could dodge that. It's only 2. I don't think we need to worry about that. I'm going to drop my miss and hope we get hit. 1 more round. We do get a stab. not great. We got another grab, but we can't move for a turn. So a stab is an attack. A dodge would be a move, so you wouldn't be able to use your dodge for one turn. We haven't used 2 misses there. Cannot move for one turn. So that means you can't dodge. We could put our stab in. Let's put a stab in. We're going to hope we get some good hits next. So that's the end of round 1. We had this extra bit in. We haven't done 10 damage. We've only done 2 damage to it. We'll tally up. So they did 2 damage to us. So you should be tallying this up as you go. And we did 2 to it. So it's down to almost half health, 16. And we're just down 2. So that's good. It's only round 1. So we take all the cards and they go to the side. So there is a bit of strategy, because you can know which cards you've got left in your hand, and you can save up for good ones. So you always start the round. Oh, it's another miss. We had like 3 misses in a row there. Scratch. At least it's I mean, they don't do a lot of damage, so that's fine. I'm going to drop my miss and take 2. They do add up though, all these 2s. Come on, give me a hit. They must all be at the bottom. Yeah, there's the backstab. There are 3 rounds. Oh, that's bad. Fear. You cannot attack or move for a turn. That means we've got to drop our crit, because you have to put something down if you can, and we can, unfortunately. So we're going to lose our crit. That's annoying. That is not good. I think that's our last crit. They do a miss. We've got a stab and a backstab. Do we have another crit? I think we've only got 2. We've used them now. So that's 5 damage. Yeah, let's put it down. 5 damage. I mean, I haven't actually counted what I've got. We did our 2. We've done 5. Okay, so they're down to 11. This is going to not be so good. We did not do 20 damage to it, so it's not going to do anything to us. It will do a sneak attack to us if it's still alive after the next round. The last one we killed in this round, we're not going to do that this time, I'm pretty sure. Because we don't have any crits left, unfortunately. We can put bite, 4 damage. I'm going to use my dodge on that. And they haven't actually used the sneak attack yet, so I'm going to hold out on that dodge for that. So we'll pick up. Oh, it's another miss. Yeah, this has not been super good for us. They've done a miss, luckily. It's our last card. Okay, that's good. They're doing a sneak attack now on us. So what I'm going to do... well, they've got 11, so I can do... I've got a sneak attack, backstab, and a stab and a dodge. So I could dodge by... We've got a species combat bonus, where we can turn any card into an initiative, because otherwise normally wouldn't be able to dodge that, because this is not an initiative card. So we can turn that into initiative, dodge the 6, and then we can also combine 2 cards, which would be these 2, to do 7 damage. That would only be 9, so it wouldn't really make a difference. It's probably worth not taking that 6, because we are going to take 6 because it's still alive, unfortunately. It's better than taking 12 though. So we've done 7 to it, so that's 11 minus 7 is 4. Then we take not that damage or that damage, but because it's still alive at the end of round 3, can't know if you can read that at the bottom. It says turn, it should say round. It's going to do a sneak attack to us, so which is 6 damage. So we're going down to 36. Which is still fine. Just debating whether or not we want to kill another one after this, really. So that's the end of round 3. We've run out of cards anyway. If you run out of cards in halfway through a round, then you can't obviously do anything, but they still keep going. So that's why you've got to be a little bit careful, because we don't have a full 24 cards. You start with 12. You buy the individual cards to make up your hand. So however you want to build up to that, it's up to you. But you do have to be a bit aware when, especially with the daggers, because you can combine 3 cards together in one turn. You can end up in a situation where you don't have any cards left, and perhaps you haven't done as much damage as you thought you would do. So you do have to be a little bit wary about that. The last playthrough I did, which wasn't recorded, was with a short sword and shield, which was pretty good having a shield because you can block a lot of damage there. But the dodge is very good because you can block everything. Doesn't matter what the damage is, so it's better than a shield. But they do hit for less than a short sword. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Take at the beginning of the round, and we go again. We've only got to do 4 damage, so shouldn't take too long. There we go. Sneak attack straight away. We can't move for a turn, but we can attack. So we're going to do our 4. We are going to kill it. So that worked out okay. Really, not too bad. So we get our maggots and an eye, or a couple of eyes. Haven't figured out. I think the chits will just say eyes on it, and then you get 1 eyes, which sounds a bit strange, but it's fine. Doesn't really matter too much. Okay. Do we want to fight another one? Let's get maggots and eyes. We're not going to be lucky. They're not going to be at the top, are they? Yeah, we have to get them all out, of course. There's a lot of animal loot. We really need to focus on getting hide, I think. But we still need money, because you still need 10 gold per upgrade. And it's 1 hide per upgrade, plus 10 gold. So yeah, we are going to need a bit. We spent it all upgrading hunting last stream, so we need gold again. So we do need to go fishing, or we do need to get some raw meat. We could do mining. We haven't leveled it up at all. There's a bit of logging you can do, but I've been focusing on fishing and cooking. Cooking is a very good one, to be fair. Fishing's not bad. It's not, maybe not the best. Oh, we've got some iron gauntlets that are worth 18 gold that we need to sell the next day. So the question is it worth using up some more time to fight another one? Because we have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and our time will go down, and then we'll get less and less sleep bonus. And if you get 2 hours or less 2 days in a row, 2 nights in a row, then you fall unconscious, and it's not good. There's night. No, where's sleep? That's what I want. There it is. So far we would have 6 hours sleep. 6.5. We don't do halves. 6 hours we get 6 HP, 6 health. So we'll be up to 50. And the next day, I think 2 lots of maggots. We can get quite a lot of gold just from those 2. We can always come around to night again and do it again, can't we? So let's move to 107, which I'm pretty sure is the inn. It is the inn. We can't get a found fire on any map card with a building on it. Let's leave that out. We're going to need that. So that's 4. So yeah, it's worth thinking about. So we're currently on the 7th hour, so we've used up we're in the middle of using up our 7th hour, and it doesn't do halves, so 6.5 doesn't matter. So we could use up another half hour without losing any sleep, and that being on a building is quite good, because then we won't get bandit attack. That's a 6, so that is a found fire. 6 7s, but yeah, so it would just be a campsite. Well, actually no, it's not automatically a campsite. It's if we get a bandit, then it just hasn't happened, so you get nothing. So we do still have to do this. It doesn't just convert to a campsite. But that would be good, because that would bring us back up to our full health, and that would definitely be useful. It is an abandoned fire. Haha. Very good. Okay. So we do go back up to 46. So we get 10 health back on top of us there. So that's very good. Okay. Well, we can use up a bit of time. Let's go to 5. Let's see if we get another Nightstalker. 6 is another found fire, and we are now on a map card where we can get attacked. Now I'm thinking we are definitely going to get attacked. We don't want to get attacked by bandits. At the moment they drop 20 gold. Maybe I should put that up a bit so you can get some money, so maybe more incentive rather than just being punished. It is a bandit attack, ambush. That means we can't sneak up on them. It's an ambush. Bandits. Can't sneak up on them anyway. 20 gold. I don't know. We'll see if we get. We can still try for a Nightstalker. Let's see if what we get. If we get a dodge in our starting hand of 4, we can convert that once per combat into this initiative, so we can just dodge anything. So it's a get out of jail free card essentially. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have to worry about what they're going to do to us. We do get a dodge, so we successfully dodge whatever they would put down. It's just going to be a stab anyway, but we dodge that, so no problem. So that's good. Let's keep trying for a Nightstalker then. So then we go 6, 9, 7, 4, 8. 8, yes. Nightstalker, and it's on the right card, so we can just go to sleep after this. Right, let's go for another Nightstalker. Yeah, should be fine. So we automatically get our sneak on it, so that makes a big difference leveling up our sneak. So we I didn't even know that automatic. I could change that. Maybe I should give them a sneak of 4, so you don't automatically always sneak up on these guys. Let's put their sneak up to 4. Let's not make it a guarantee. Let's make it so you at least have to get. Actually, no, 4 is still. Well. Yeah, 4 is still that actually, because a 0 would be. Yeah, that has to be a 1. So we can't make it any more than that. I don't think it's fine. It's a guaranteed. I mean, the maggots are useful. And it's only 1 hit, and we can draw a dud, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Let's hope we get something good this time. One, 2, 3, 4. Give them 30 health. Okay, what have we got? Miss, miss, miss. No way, 3 misses together and a dodge. Unbelievable. Can we drop a miss? No, you can't drop a miss as an attack. Absolutely useless. So there we go. Pointless. Turn 1 then. Oh, and it's a sneak attack. Oh, luckily we do have a dodge. Christ. Okay, yeah, we're going to dodge that and pick up. And then we've used our special move on another sneak. Oh my god. Okay. I'm going to drop the miss. I'm going to take the 6 damage, so we're down to 40. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. Okay, we need a crit. Scratch. So we're going to keep those. We've got a sneak and a backstab, but we want the crit to go with it. We're going to drop a miss. That has not been good for us. We've lost another 2. We're down to 38. That's okay. We've got plenty. And we're going to go. At the end of the first round, we have taken 6. Luckily, we had that dodge, so we didn't take 12. Well, plus the other one. We've used up 2 misses. We've got a 3rd one in there, which means there's a 4th one in here somewhere. Let's see if we get that. We want crit. Okay, 2 sneak attacks is 8. We get 16 with that one. If we had a couple of crits, we need the crits with us. There's a miss. I'm going to drop our last miss in our hand. There's still 1 more in the what do you call this, pile? Stack. Right, we've got to put something down next. That's annoying that we don't have a crit. We really want that as a scratch. I'm going to just put the stat down so it's 2 each. We really want a crit to come up next. They're down to 28. That's the first damage we've done. Oh, that's not good. We're down to 36. This might take a while. Come on, give us a crit. Give us a crit. Be a crit. Be a crit. Be a crit. Be a crit. It's not a crit. It's a dodge. We're going to have to put something together here. We're going to keep those two. I'm just going to put the backstab down. Wow, we've done 5 damage. Oh, that's not good. So we take 2. No, they take 3. 1, 2, 3. We take 2. 1, 2. Last round. Well, they're definitely going to still be alive, aren't they? But hopefully there's well, if we haven't got the crits so far, we're going to get them now. We didn't get it yet. Why are the crits right at the bottom? Bite, 4 damage. We're gonna dodge that. They've used 2 of their initiatives. They're gonna do a sneak attack at the end. I'm gonna put the stab down and keep hold of the dodge. Pick up. That's a miss. How are the crits not even coming up? 2 damage. It will come up next. It will come up next. This is gonna be the crit. This is gonna be the crit. It's not the crit. Unbelievable. Right. I can't believe that. Right, we're going to put the 3 down, which is still not bad. So we take that 2 damage plus the 6, because they're still being alive. So 8 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're down to 26. We have managed to do 8, 9, 10, 11. So they're down to 14. Not bad, but we could have done 16. We've just got a crit. Now we reshuffle and we don't know if they're ever going to come up. I can't believe. I bet the next one was a crit. It was. The literally the last one was another crit. Unbelievable. We got so unlucky with that. Unlucky. So they have done some. You can get unlucky with this as well. There is luck too. But I think there is some mitigation of that because you can do a bit of planning. But yeah, if something doesn't come up like the crit, then that is just unlucky. You don't get the crit come up. But you buy more crit cards. But there's a limited amount for each one. There's a deck of 24 that is a set, but you can upgrade towards that set however you like from the 12 you start with. So you can tailor it more to dodging for this in this instance, or more to crits, or more to bigger hits. Right, just see what they're going to do first. Okay, scratch isn't so bad. They've only got 14 left. The crit is very important. We've only got 2, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we get a crit. Right, let's get some good hits with the crits. We've got both of the crits now. And no hits. We need that combined. Right, so that's 2 each. Okay, they're in 12 left. We just need some good hits. 4. Okay, that's good. That's 8. We just need another hit card to scratch. I'm gonna drop the crit because we only need 1 more attack. 1 more attack. Yes, that should do it. We're gonna take those 2 scratches. So 7, 14. Bosh. We're gonna kill it, but we do take those 2. So it's 4 damage. So we're down to 20 health. Half health from where we were, and they're down to 0 from 12. Yeah, that was a bit more unlucky. We lost a bit more health that turn, but we still managed. I can't see. The thing is, yeah, even though we had that guaranteed sneak attack, there's no guarantee we'll actually draw an attack card. So if you fill up with dodges, then that's an instance where it's not going to be super helpful. So it does depend on the scenario a fair bit. I think it's quite good. I quite enjoy the system. It's quite simple, but there is room for a bit of strategy and a bit of luck. And yeah, I didn't want it to be something crazy in depth that completely slows down the pace of play. It's just supposed to be good. I don't know. It's supposed to be fun. So we've got 3 lots of magnets. It's a fair bit of fishing. Got a lot of eyes. We can't put the eyes we can put them in a bottle. Actually, if we buy a bottle, we can put 5 eyes in a bottle. We can put 5 eyes in a bottle. How many eyes have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we put 5 in there. We're freeing up a lot of space. They don't go in our inventory because anything that's vaguely living or alive, I guess, fruit and cooked meat or raw meat and eyes, they're not going to let you there. Worms also, maggots also, fish also not allowed in. Right, we're going to go to sleep now. So we're going to put these cards away. So do this way, yeah, that makes sense. So going east to west, west to east is always sequential, so it's nice and easy to take your cards and put them in a little stack and then put them in the right place. So it's a bit of, yeah, that's quite fun. I haven't really done much moving about at night because there wasn't much going on before to do. So but it's good now. It feels better. I feel a bit more equipped to be able to do it. 66. Okay. Right. So now it's going to go to day. We'll start again. So we'll just add up our totals. So put that on 12. So our next step is 1. We are sleeping more than 5 hours. We're getting 6 hours sleep. So that I believe was 6 HP. So we reset the time. It's going to be the new day. So it's now day 1 of week 3. So I was kind of joking when I put months on here. I don't know why I only put 4 months in a year. Obviously more than that. Should go up to 12. But I only did it up to 4 just to make it easy. Hopefully we won't go through 4 months. I don't think it's a very long game if that's going to be the case. Anyway, 6 hours sleep resets all the nodes. So they will go back. We get 6, 8 health on top of our 46. So that's going to make 52 total. So we could take on I think we should take on a bear. We really need to work on our armor situation. We roll now for the weather and if we have a dream. So let's do the dream first. We've upgraded. We've got so far through our dream quest that we've now unlocked, not upgraded, unlocked. Don't want to upgrade to this. Nightmares, which are not good. They're like a boss battler situation in your dreams. It's a whole different map, and different weapons and everything. So you unlock the weapons as you go, at least initially. I need to work a bit more on that. It needs to be quite an in-depth boss battle. But at the beginning you're very weak, so you're just running away from it. But it has its own AI that you can follow, so it follows you around this little area. So we don't want a 6 really. We want a 1 to 2 is a sleep as normal. 3 to 5 is a dream. That should really just be 1 to 3 you have a dream, but it doesn't matter. We get a 6. Of course we get a 6. We have a nightmare. Like weather tomorrow 5 or 6 it's raining. It's a 1 it's not raining, so that's not good. Well, is that good? Maybe it's not. Now we've leveled up our hunting. We kind of want it to rain so we don't encounter anything. Anyway, we're okay for weather. And then we are okay, we've got to do a nightmare. So technically it's still night time. Nightmare. Okay, so when a nightmare happens, we get the nightmare path first to determine if we get any help getting through the nightmare. We have unlocked the spirit weapon now. We didn't unlock that before. About 5 or 6 streams ago, we had to do a nightmare. Oops. And the first time, well, not always the first time. If you haven't gone through a dream 6. You don't have a spirit weapon, which we didn't, so we were very unlucky not having anything at that point. So what we're going to do first of all is find the pedestal in our nightmare path. So we make a path. We come across a what are they called? I've got a word for it. What are they called? grove. We come across a grove. There's a nightmare path. So the thing on the bottom is the grove. One of those gives us a shield of 10. That's before we start getting this thing called terror, after we've lost our life. So we get 5. Our species has 5 health, so our defense from our armor doesn't help us at all. We're basically naked. We don't have any armor or clothing or anything. You're like a spirit. But this is going to give us, if we find one, it gives us a bit of extra shield of 10. So if we find 3 or more of these, we get a shield of 20 plus an extra bit of terror needed for us to collapse. So we take one of those and we just get the next one. Okay, that's just a normal path, so we connect the two together so that the path connects. So we were like walking up through this spirit. Oh, we didn't read the dream. I keep forgetting that. I should have. There's the nightmare, not the dream. The nightmare card. There is a nightmare card that you read instead of a dream because it sets the scene. So it says, you are in the veil, only it seems thick with a white opaque blur, distorting shadows all around you. You then hear an unfamiliar voice, light yet filled with malice. I guess that should just be a voice, because it becomes, if you have more than one nightmare, it's going to be a bit more familiar, isn't it? So the voice is light yet filled with malice. She can wait for you. You are as a gnat in the air, seeing through a tunnel, believing it to be the entire world, a world closed to you, uncomprehensible in the warm embrace of that seer. You have no idea about the threshold upon which you crawl, inaneness, truly. The white blur vanishes instantly, and it feels like you are falling, only there is no landing as you become aware of a strange landscape hidden in the weavings of fog, though not white, but dark as night. And that's where we reveal these cards. So all the stuff in the dream is cryptic on purpose, to sort of make you want to keep going, keep revealing more cards so you can find out what's going on. So we're now making our way through here, meandering our way until we get to a card with a pedestal on it. We haven't got another grove, unfortunately. Ah, there is another grove. Excellent. Can we put that down there? Where's that? There. So that's 2 groves. We've been quite lucky. That means we need 20 health, 20 defense even. And there's the pedestal. Pedestal card. So that was good. We've got 2 groves. Last time we just picked the pedestal card straight away. So there's the pedestal. So it's basically like a sword in the stone, kind of. So we've walked all the way up here, sort of blindly in this dark area, following this path, going through these little groves. 2 groves gives us a shield of 20. This is really good because we only have 5 to begin with. So that means we could maybe get out here without getting all the terror. You get terror in this part, not hell. I'll explain it in a minute. Anyway, so that's that done. That's just to really show you if you get any shields before you do the boss battler. So that's the night. We'll get the tyrants out. There are 6 different tyrants, bosses essentially, that you can battle, and so we need to roll a die, 6-sided die, to see which one we get. 5. So we get the 5th tyrant, so we have a look for that. 4, 5. So there are a few different cards. We take all of them. There's 6. And we also need to get the tyrant board. Not the tyrant board, the nightmare board. So the nightmare board is like this. To begin with, a little square. Here is a normal card to show you the size of the square, and then it unfolds to be this board. So we start off at the bottom and we're trying to work our way up to the top. The tyrant starts in the middle. We're going to need the tyrant marker and our marker. There's us. There's the tyrant. It's So all the tyrants move in different ways and have different attacks. They always start in the middle, and you always start at the bottom. You're basically trying to get to the light to escape this sort of nightmare. These little 4 things will build up mana, maybe this time. You use up mana to use your spirit weapons. So 4 different ones you get. You only get them as you unlock each dream. So we only unlocked the first one, which is good though. We didn't even have that one last time. So we have now got spirit weapon. I don't know if you're gonna be able to read that because it's in pencil. Spirit weapon 1. This is completely separate to the stuff you get in the other game. So this is called a blink. So this should help us escape. So a blink is a pretty standard move in most games, where you can move 5 squares in one go, up to 5 squares in one go. It's going to use 3 mana at the top. It says blink in any direction, move up to 5 squares, and then you use up 3 mana. And you start with, I think, 5. I'm gonna have to. Right, anyway, so the shield depletes before taking damage to your life. Do we have a shield? Yes, we do have a shield one on here as well. Right, we use a different colour for the shield. Should we use yellow? No, we've got yellow for that. Pink, maybe? Orange, let's use orange. I'm going to use it orange. So we've got a shield of 20, which is the max. So with a shield of 20 plus our blink, we should be alright. Spirit weapon, oh, we should put that as well. That could be pink. Actually, let's make that blue. Spirit weapon level 1. Okay, our mana is, yeah, mana. What do you say for that? Mana. Our mana is 5 to begin with, and you get 1 for every step on this grid. And let's make a little bit of space for our tyrant. So we build up terror after we've lost the shield and then our life. Once you get, I think, 5 terror, yeah, then you collapse and you wake up, but you have a whole bunch of negative effects that you can't do for the next day, which we've done before. So it's a bit annoying. So we've got Tyrant 5. So they have a little card here, just a standard card size, which I could make bigger if I want to make it more complicated. At the moment it's just quite simple. So they're going to move 2 squares per turn orthogonally, so that's just north, east, south and west, and attacks if less than or equal to 4 squares to the player, orthogonally or diagonally. They've got 2 attacks. Spit Spores, player receives 1 terror. Tail Jab, I guess we won't receive that terror, so every 1 terror is 1, so they can hit us 20 times before we go, so it should be alright. Tail Jab though is 2 squares or less, and that'll do 2 terror, so that's a bit more damaging. Then they'll do reactions. So we've only got blink. The other 3 spirit weapons we'll unlock are called blind, bend and betray. So you've got blink, blind, bend and betray, so they're quite mystical. It's not a traditional kind of weapon. And then if they lose their head, they can go berserk, but we're not attacking. We can't physically attack yet until we get a different spirit weapon, basically. So that's their AI card, which you can just put there. And then the other cards make up the tyrant. So you create the tyrant by putting them together. Yeah. Got to think about how this is going to work. Let's go there. So we have to piece it together. Is that the front? Ah, that's the front. I've got to see how this works. I think that goes there. No, it doesn't go there. I've got to try to put it together. Wait, okay, this has to go on one side. It's either that one or this one, isn't it? It's this one. Okay, right. So we've got a big grub. I think it's a spore grub. I didn't actually write the name of it on there. That's a mistake. So we put it together, and I'll show you one. Here's its head. And then on the reverse side of each of these cards, will have an amount of health that it has. So it's a 30 health just for the head alone. So eventually you'll be able to do damage to it, and if it loses its head, it will go berserk. But the player receives 3 terror from that. So anyway, we got our blink, which is all we're going to use to escape this, really. So this is the setup. We can track our mana as we go, which might be worth doing. So we're going to start off. You start the game with 5, so you can start. We don't have to just move to go. So we can use 3. So that means we're going to end up with 2. I'm going to pre-hole these, so we can go through them reasonably quickly when we're actually doing it, because we're just running away. So even though that might be a bit boring to begin with, eventually you'll get to a point where you can do proper boss battles with these creatures. Right, so we use 3, which means we've got 2. So we're going to go over here, because each one of these fills us up with 5 mana. That's what I was saying before. But I think I'm going to have them be different, because there's no point in using the other half of the board if this one's here. So these ones are going to be 5. These could be 10 maybe, or they could all just be different ones. I don't know. Maybe 10, 5, 10, 5. So it's hitting a 5 first and then the 10, or would you go 10, 5? Maybe? I don't know. Right, so we can only move orthogonally. So we're going to use our blink 5 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keeping our distance. So if we use a blink, it's going to move away 2 squares. So normally it will come towards us. It moves 2 squares per turn. So it's actually going to move away from us. 1, 2. Does it move orthogonally? It moves orthogonally. So it's going to be 1, 2 actually. So that's good. But it's going to come towards us. Yeah, and then if it gets within 4 squares, it will start attacking us. So we can only move 1 now because we don't have enough for our blink. So then we're at 3. And then it's going to move towards us. 2 squares towards us. 1, 2. We move again. We get 4. 1, 2. 1. We get 5. So now we can blink. Let's go 1, 2. So we're going to blink 5 towards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite on this yet. But it's going to move 2 back. So we've used our blink, so we're down to 2. Then we're going to pick up 5 on here. 5, yeah. So we've used 1. We gained 1 to get there, which is 3. No, we didn't gain 1. We moved on to it, so we just get 5 on top of our 2, which is 7. So we're at 7 at the moment. And it moves towards us. 1, 2. So we can use our blink, which uses at 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're down to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brings it back to. So we should be alright here. We're not going to be attacked because every time we use blink, it moves away from us. So they're not all like this. Some are much more aggressive. We don't have 5, so we have to move 1. Now we've got 5. We can blink next time. Oh no, we're going to need 3. We're going to need 3. Wait, no. Yeah, it uses 3. So yes, that's how I was doing it right. So I have 4 left. So we don't need to move. We can just blink again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It only uses 3, so we're down to 1. And it moves 2 away from us. And then we move 1. Gain 1. Comes a bit closer. Move 1. Gain 1. Comes a bit closer. Move one, gain one. Oh no, we don't need to move on. It's 3. I keep remembering it's 3 we need, so we don't need to do that. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2 away from us. Down to 0. Then we move 1 and we get 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Using 3. We've got 2, so it moves away. So we're going to be okay basically. 1. And then we got 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. 1. Yeah, basically we're good. We're good. So yeah, not super duper exciting, I guess, right at the beginning. Perhaps we need to maybe spice it up sooner. But we also got lucky with the Tyrant. This is the only one that goes away from us when we use our blink. I could change that obviously so it runs towards us. That would make it maybe a bit more interesting, perhaps. But there's a reason for that, for these Tyrants to behave in the way that they do. For the story, for the lore. But anyway, that was a lot better than the last one where we got all the terror collapsed and yeah, didn't have a particularly exciting next day. So that's that. We escaped fine. That can all go. The time is up already. Wow, I haven't really done much, have we? We already rolled for the weather. Right, now it is the new day. We've got our health. We've done everything. Right. So we would go to get our apple pie that we ordered the next day. But I think we might as well. I mean, that is an hour. We might as well stop there. I mean, I might stream tomorrow on the Friday just to get a bit more done, because I didn't think we'll get. The nightmare takes a bit of time to go through, and I got to explain it for the video. So perhaps I'll see what I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Perhaps we'll have time to stream tomorrow. Perhaps not. It's okay. And we got plenty of time to go through this. It's better than rushing it, I think, just to show what everything is. We need to upgrade our armor. It's the main thing. We need to kill some boar, then kill some bears. In fact, we should do some hunting. We should do some fishing, get gold, completely level up our hunting. That's what we should do. Fish, level up hunting all the way, and then hunt for bear, really. Boar and bear, get a whole bunch, get the hides, and then we really need to get a bear hide leather set fully done and then bit leveled up as well. I don't know if we're going to bother with wolf. Maybe if we're successful with hunting, maybe we'll get some wolf hide and then we can do that. But we'll have to go with bear hide first anyway and see how we get on. So yeah, anyway, we're all packed up, ready to go for the next day. We're on to week 3 now. So yeah, making progress. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in